Key in Majorca, and we're in a little town. We don't remember the name of it. We were greeted by Malcolm of Running Crazy, the wonderful running tour operator, and then he's brought us here for lunch because he has to pick other beings up and to bring us all, gather us all in to take us to our hotel where we're running the half marathon. So here we are in the sun. It's gorgeous. We don't know where we are. On the island of Majorca somewhere in the sun. Good morning. This is Anadi.
Hello.
Ooh, and I've got to control my driving. Anadi is usually behind the camera, but now, because of my newfound selfie stick, there he is.
I exist.
He exists.
I'm real.
He's real. And we are along the seafront in Magaluf, where the half marathon, I'm just going to walk here because it's a bit rocky stony and you can see I'm going to throw myself to the floor. The half marathon starts at the track, which is about a mile from here. We're just out for a little walk jog to make my legs not people about to swim, make sure my legs don't think they're having a day off. We can't let them think that, can we? Ooh. Morning, morning. You can be in my film. Got a YouTube channel called Run with Julia. Do you like running?
Oh, yeah, we are runners.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, there we are.
Alex is the fast runner, I'm the
I
plodder.
did a duathlon last Sunday
Oh, did you? Oh, where did you do that?
in Northumberland.
Oh, fabulous. A duathlon, so was that swimming and running?
That's a run bike run.
Oh, run by run. How did it go?
Yeah, it was good. I was second in my age category.
Well done, well
Out of
done.
eight.
Very good. She puts herself down, but she's very
Oh,
good.
is she? So tell me about her.
Well,
Alex. Your Alex.
Alex is a really, she pushes me. I'm more into the long distance. I've took a little bit of a break recently, but
we both have.
but yes, I do ultras. I've
do
done
you?
a few ultras.
We were
yeah.
we ran
Yes.
for Anna Carriers and we were salt and pepper.
Yes,
Ah,
yes.
very good.
Yes,
Very good.
and so I've done St Cuthbert's Way from Holy Island to Melrose a few times. I've done the Sandstone Way, done St Oswald's Way.
Wow. How far are those?
The maximum is 75 miles, so I've done two 75-mile races.
Wow, well done.
And then the Lakeland Trails is a favourite. We used to go over as a club, do a 55, roughly 55 miles was an average over there. We did Dublin together, the Dublin Marathon. I've done London.
Do you know what? In 1985, I won Dublin Marathon. My time for Dublin was 2:41. But that was back in 1985. That's
My
why.
fastest half marathon is 1:36.
Very good. Oh, inspiring. Very good.
And
Yes.
I was 32. I
Well
did that
done.
in New Zealand.
Well done.
I'm more of a middle distance rather than a marathon runner. I cried. I did the first half of Dublin in 1:40, and then when I got to 18 miles, I cried.
So thank you. Tell us your names again. It was Alex and
Shelley.
Shelley.
Yes.
Alex and Shelley.
Yes.
So is there anything you'd say to all of the viewers? Because my channel's called Run with Julia, and it's that community about all of us joining together and inspiring each other. So is there anything you'd say?
I would just say stick at it because it never gets easier, but it gets more enjoyable as you get fitter.
I think
You
as
chase
well,
the
what I've
dream.
learned, I've had a big lesson actually just in the last 7 days. So I've never, ever, ever, I'm a nurse, I've never hurt my back ever. And my body, my head thinks it's in its 20s, my body is now in its 50s, and my body last week went, and I've been off sick this week with a bad back. So what I would say is strength and conditioning in your 50s, massive.
Yes.
You can't just go out and run and cycle like you did in your 20s. You've got to respect your body if you're going to carry on as you're older.
Yes.
That's my advice.
Thank you.
Well, you're more than
brilliant.
welcome.
Well, brilliant to meet you. Well, I'm going to say that I always have an A goal, a B goal, a C goal. And my A goal is sub 140. My B goal is sub 142 because I did that in January. My C goal is sub 144 because I did that in Cyprus a month ago.
Yes.
And my D goal is just have a nice time.
Yes.
You know.
And you after whatever your time, enjoy it.
Amazing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you. Oh, that was such fun to meet Alex and Shelley. How amazing. Isn't it interesting? I found it fascinating, energetically, how we had all drawn together. And I was running past that bar and it was the rugby players that drew me in. But there they were, two runners. It's now 2:45 in the afternoon and all change. So when we were last chatting with Alex and Shelley, they were asking me my goal for the half marathon, and I was saying how I set an A goal, B goal, C goal. Well, I do set an A goal, B goal, C goal. I think it's a really good way to approach races, to have an A goal, which is really if everything goes to plan and it's perhaps that bit extra you're not sure you can do. That's really fun. And it's lovely to have something to stretch for and aim for and go for, but without a huge attachment. It's good not to be attached to any goals. I think goals are fun, but it's about being able to stretch for more, but also stay with acceptance of where we are. Anyway, then there's the B goal, which is if it's all not quite happening, the A goal, at least you've got the next goal to adjust to during the race so that you don't get upset or tense up or feel disappointed as you're running. And then if that goes out the window, there's always the C goal, which is usually the one that you know you can do, and it has to really go wrong for that not to happen. And D goal is if that goes wrong, you just get to the finish, hopefully. And so all changed because I was on the beach with Anadi, who's now behind the camera, and I got a message from Malcolm saying, did I want to change to the 10K? Because he knew that, as I said earlier this morning, I'm only running a half marathon because I had originally planned it because I had this idea I might run a marathon. Anyway, immediately he sent me the text. I was, oh, yes please, I'd love to change to the 10K. So, change to the 10K. So, A goal for the 10K, sub 45. B goal, sub 45.10, because I ran a 45.9 a few weeks ago before I lost form. C goal, sub 45.56, which was the last time I ran in the Kew Gardens 10K when I was there with my sister. So let's see. And there he is, the cameraman, just doing a few strides. The track's there. The race starts on the track, finishes on the track, so having a track week. Here we all are. We're all milling around, as you can see. We're starting on the track, as I said, and they're waiting to let the gates open to let us all go through. And the half marathon is going off at 6, and I'm now not doing it. Yes. So at 6:05, the 10K goes. So here we all are. It's nice temperature. No sun. Well, it's about 19 degrees, so it's lovely, but no direct sun. Feeling good?
Muy bien, Juan Luis. Vamos, seguimos caminando. Muy bien, Javier. Muy buen ritmo. Venga, José Luis, vamos, últimos metros. José Luis Alhambra. Venga, vamos ahí, come on, vamos, últimos metros. Vamos ahí, venga, que ya lo tenemos. Molt bé, molt bona brigada. Benvinguts. Welcome. Recordamos zona de recuperación al fondo. Uno de los fisios aquí.
I had a breakthrough. I've had a breakthrough. I really love running with all of you because I go and put out these statements of a goal, sub 45, and I went and did it. I think I've done 44:43, I think, on my watch, and I haven't run that time since I was in my kind of 50s. I'm trying to think 50 what, but 50 something, and it was brilliant. And I haven't run hard for a time for years either because I knew that it was on the cards when I got to 9k. So I was like, go for it. And then I came onto the track and it was like, yes, go for it. It's such fun, such fun. And it was just an amazing run. I felt strong the whole way. I feel like form's coming. I do think already things like the drills and the track session I did are already starting to make something happen in the body. And also chatting with you and doing it together, there's no question that I didn't feel nervous before the race. I just felt ready and that I was ready to go for it and see if I could break through. Also, I didn't know actually the whole run. I did the first kilometre in 4:20 and I thought, well, that was kind of fast. I can't remember what that is, but I went through 5k in 22:14, so I just had to hang on. hang on and hang on and hang on. I did. It was really, really, really amazing. I loved it. I love doing this. I love running, and there's nothing like it. All my life, from a little girl, I started racing when I was 12. Something about the run and just becoming the run and letting go of the attachment to any outcome and just letting it flow out. And it was such fun getting on that track in the last 200.
For Paul Davies, luego José Antonio de Antonio y primero José Luis Moreno.
So I'm with Malcolm.
Good morning.
You met him in Cyprus. We were in Cyprus when I ran the half marathon. Here I've run the 10k. He's the amazing, amazing founder, tour guide, tour operator, tour everything of Running Crazy. Do come. It is amazing. If you come with Malcolm, everything is looked after, and you can just flow along with the whole thing. But why we're with him this morning is Malcolm also was fast in the past. You ran a very fast half marathon.
Ran a reasonable half marathon, yeah. It's okay. But I was on the track. I was a track runner in my day. My days are past, as you can see from the colour of my hair. But I still enjoy running, and I do a bit of coaching, and really love running. It's a passion for running, and that comes through, I hope, in what we offer with our company.
And why I wanted to talk to Malcolm today is all of you know that I'm on this mission to run fast in my 60s, and part of that was I started to get back on the track and I started my drills in the gym. But Malcolm mentioned something. He said he didn't want to say it to me unless I wanted to know it. But what did you see in my running?
I noticed that your hip flexibility wasn't the same as it had been previously. That was all. I just noticed it was different, and I thought you could do some drills and some exercises to try and correct that and give you a bit more flexibility, which I think will give you more speed in the end.
And so what kind of exercises? Because I had got keen on the idea of drills, but you sent me an article on plyometrics. So what exactly are plyometrics?
Well, you'd have to look for special exercises that would be
Specific.
going for your hips. But I would say drills would be perfect, because if you do something like running through the hurdle legs, where you place the hurdles equidistantly, and then do some reps through there, and moving your arms with your legs will then give you that flexibility that you're looking for, and the coordination is important. And I think a few of those drills would be perfect.
Yeah, because it is the hip flexibility. I'm aware that I've got tighter in my hips. And do runners often get tighter in their hips?
As you get sorry about this, as you get a little bit older, then yeah, things like that, and obviously it takes longer to recover from injuries. So you've got to be careful. You've got to do all the basics that we forget to do, all the warming up, the wearing tracksuits, all that sort of stuff. Just need to go back to basics, and you'll find that you'll be more flexible with exercise.
Actually, it's so good you said that, because when we were on the seafront yesterday morning, we met Shelley and Alex, who were having breakfast in a bar, and they happened to be runners. There was a lot of rugby people behind who called to us, but their advice was, one of them particularly, Alex, said that you must do strength and conditioning in your 50s, and you're saying we should do mobility and flexibility.
Yes, I think the more flexible you are, the less prone to injury you are going to be.
Brilliant, and thank you for an amazing trip as always.
Well, we always have fun. We definitely have fun. The best fun you can have with your running kit on, running crazy.
So, the morning after the night before, we're having breakfast by the sea, and I'd just like to say thank you to the organisers of the fabulous Magaluf 10K. It was such a wonderful event, really full of energy and vibrancy and very well organised, and it was a delight. Also, of course, thank you Malcolm of Running Crazy. He's the tour running person. Do go and look at his website, Running Crazy. It's fabulous, and you are so well looked after if you go on one of his trips. So thank you, Malcolm. Thank you, Shelley and Alex, the people we met along here yesterday morning. Really fabulous to just meet two runners, and I look forward to meeting you, all of you who are joining me on the run, and of course, and Anadi. I always say to him, I forget to thank my husband who's behind the camera and who you saw just beside the camera. Thank you, Anadi, for being an amazing film person.
You're welcome.
And, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Press the bell so you're notified every time I appear. And thumbs up. And thank you for running with me.